2025 is the year of the snake, and Bloodhound Gang in 2013, they peed on the Ukraine flag, and Evil Jared put the Russian flag through his pants and he pulled it out the back end, so he wiped his back end with their flag. And really haven't seen much of Bloodhound Gang with the dog symbolism since 2013, when the snake symbolism was with the Chinese New Year. But that same year, Paul Walker died. He was killed on November 30th, same day as Marina Abramovic. Sorry. I'm sorry for mispronouncing her name. But on her birthday, with all her symbolism, almost like Cruella de Vil with the dogs, and 101 Dalmatians, where they did a fashion show where she wore, or not her, but she was behind Michelle Amy, that wore an outfit kind of showing the outfit of Cruella de Vil. And that was showing the time of the dogs, if you want to put it that way. I don't know if that's the time of the fashion show. I haven't put it that forth. I'm just connecting the picture, so I don't know if that's a year. But Paul Walker was killed on November 30th, where he was the underdog in the Fast and Furious. I've been collecting Hot Wheels, and I kind of think it's a joke when people are scalpers. They're the Fast and Furious, you just run to the cars when the store's open. It makes you not even want to look. But I was able to trade Cruella de Vil Super Treasure Hunt for a premium Hot Wheels that was all black. It's almost like the dogs wearing soot, where they were not seen as Dalmatians, so she didn't collect them. It's kind of a joke. It's just timing wise, with 101, with all the things going on, they're kind of pressing to turn on the news, where you see all these situations happening that you don't even want to repeat. But there's timing for everything. And even me having a dog that was born October 1st, I think it was 2003, but it was Innocent Top Dog. And you think about the top dog with October and the underdog symbolism, but they're going after it. And I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But Bloodhound Gang mentioned them coming back, I think a month ago. And that's gonna obviously not rub Russia the right way, with them being back after 12 years. It's almost like it's a cycle. The Dogstar series is supposedly showing July 23rd. And in 1983, there was a study done of infrared of the whole space from the beginning to the end of the year. And they noticed July 14th and July 24th, there was a double exposure of Saturn at the feet of Virgo in the space, but it was during July of 1983. And Shark Week does a joke where it's almost like a woman can't give birth, or she's having a miscarriage, or it's like a husband saying it's Shark Week for their wife. That's the time, if you're going to be conceived, if you're going to be born in April. So if Christ was the Lamb of God, that means he was the Aries ram. It has nothing to do with December and winter. But They crucified him, they say, in Aries. Whenever you want to say he was crucified. I'm not going into that. But if you look at the Pleiades symbolism, you have Christ on the butt end of the Taurus, almost like he's the BS. You know, it's a joke. It's like the truth is a joke. And people don't want to believe it, and, you know, it really doesn't matter. But they show in Egypt, in October City, if it was mapped out, and you looked on the Grox One channel, he'll show you October City where everyone's looking up, and it shows there's a door on the back end of a Taurus bull constellation. So the argument goes, which way is the bull's horns? And they show it to the facing summer, basically. So it's like Jason and the Argonauts, where he hops on the back of the bull backwards, or over the horns and lands backwards. It's the same as the eagle has landed on July 20th, but if you're conceived on that day, it's either you're flying to heaven a quarter of the way, or you're going to be conceived 40 weeks being born. And it says in the Bible you need to be born, so it's kind of a joke, where July is a time of, you could either be conceived to be born during that time, or you could just hop over the bull backwards. Over the horns, just like Jason did. Or it's like doing the impossible jump of faith, or leap of faith. And you know, it's believe in God, like God helps you. It'd be impossible without God. We are just human. We can't do this on our own. We definitely need God. So there's no disagreement with that. It just comes down to the argument of if you're going to be born, or if you can do that leap of faith, where you don't have to be born, but you can still end up in the same place. Does that make sense?